guys, and welcome back to Mama's Raising Angels. So today I want to talk a little bit about getting started with cloth diapering. So getting started with cloth diapering can be really overwhelming. I remember when I was starting a little over probably 2 years ago, and I was so overwhelmed by all of the choices, and now there's even more choices than there was when I started. So I want to just talk about the very basic things that you need to consider when you're first starting out. But for now, I'm just going to go over the main basic things that you need to consider when cloth diapering. So getting started, you need to consider your budget. Budget is going to play a big factor in what you can and cannot diaper your baby with. If you have a $200 budget, you're going to be looking at maybe China Cheapy pockets or even China Cheapy all-in-ones or flats and pre-folds with some kind of cover. This is just because they are the cheapest and the most simple. But consider your budget. Budget is really going to make a difference in what you choose. So consider time. Different diapers take different amounts of time to dry, to prep, to put away, to fold in some cases. So just consider the time that you're willing to put in. If you only have half an hour a day, you're going to choose a different choice than if you have 2 hours a day, or an hour and a half a day, or even an hour a day. So it really just depends on how much time you're willing to spend with your diapers. Consider your wash routine. If you're just wanting to throw everything in the washer and then throw pretty much everything in the dryer, then you're going to consider something different than if maybe you don't mind the extra maintenance of wool or fleece, or, there are different choices, but you have to consider your wash routine. Do you just want it to be as easy and simple as possible? You're going to make a different choice than if you maybe want to spend more time doing stuff with your diapers. So you can get wool covers versus PUL covers, but wool covers have to be lanolized, and that takes extra time. So consider your wash routine. Piggybacking onto that, consider your drying routine. If you want pretty much everything to go in the dryer, then you're going to want to stay away from all-in-ones. All-in-ones typically can't go in the dryer because they have PUL, and the dryer can really ruin the PUL, as well as the elastics. Now, you can put them in on tumble dry, like with no heat, or even some people say low heat is okay. But it still takes considerable time in the dryer for an all-in-one to dry. So if you want something that's going to dry quickly, you're going to make a different choice than if you maybe have a bigger stash, or just you can make it work with what you have to allow for them to have drying time. Consider storage. So storage plays a big part in cloth diapering as well. If you have a million different pieces to a million different diapers, then you're going to need to put them all together, and you're going to want to have a place to put them when they're all together. Also, if you have very limited storage space, you're going to want to make sure that you get diapers that take up limited storage space. All-in-ones tend to be a little bit more space consuming, I guess, than say pre-folds and covers, because covers are so thin and the pre-folds can be folded up, they take up less space. So it's just something to consider. How much space do you have? How much space are you willing to allot for diapers? Consider the accessories and the cost of accessories. So when you start cloth diapering, it seems like, I'll just get cloth diapers and maybe I'll get cloth wipes and that'll be it. And it can be. But where are you going to store your cloth wipes? Are you going to store them wet, or do you need a sprayer for your cloth wipes? How are you going to get the poop off your diapers? Are you going to use reusable liners? Are you going to use disposable liners? Or do you want a diaper sprayer? Do you want a specific spatula to scrape the poop off? Are you going to dunk and swish in your toilet? So just consider the accessories that you may need. I'll have a video talking all about cloth diapering accessories, what I like, what I don't like, what I think everybody should have, what I don't think is necessary, but that will be coming in a later video. So consider sizes. So cloth diapers come in basically 3 different types of sizing. So they come in newborn sizing, which will fit generally from anywhere from 5 to 12 pounds, depending on the cloth diaper. Some of them fit a tiny bit smaller, some of them fit a tiny bit bigger, some of them have less of a range. It really just depends on the newborn diaper, but newborn sizing. And then you have fitted sizing. So that would mean you'd get newborn size 1, size 2, possibly size 3. And those are diapers that don't have adjustable rise settings, so they only fit baby when baby falls in the weight range for those diapers. And then there's one size, which generally have a snap rise, but some different brands have a way to adjust the elastic, kind of like in pants, like when you were a kid and your pants had like a little button and you could pull the elastic to get your waistband tighter. Some diapers do that as well. But one size diapers generally have some kind of adjustable rise, and they will generally fit from about 10 to 35 pounds. Some people and some brands say that they fit closer to 7 or 8 pounds, but generally speaking, they're pretty bulky on a newborn, and they don't always give a good fit. Also, you have to worry about them fitting under the umbilical cord until the umbilical cord falls off. So consider what kind of sizing you want and what's going to work for your family. And then my last one that nobody really talks about is considering natural fiber versus synthetic fibers. So natural fibers are generally more absorbent, and they have some other pros that I will talk about in a later video. And then synthetic fibers definitely do have their cons, but they also have some pros. So when looking at cloth diapers, you need to decide if you want synthetic or natural fibers as well, and that's going to play a big part in cost. Synthetic fibers tend to be cheaper, but they're not always as effective. So these are kind of the basic topics that I think you need to consider when starting cloth diapering. So budget, time, wash routine, drying routine, storage, accessories, sizes, and natural versus synthetic fibers. So once you've considered all of those things and you think you have a good grasp on what you want, come back here and watch my videos that get down to the nitty-gritty specifics. Thank you guys for watching.